Hi everyone and welcome back. So before we dive in, I will also share the repository which we are going to follow along in this whole series because it's not like I can put all the content in one repository. For basic fundamentals, there will be one repository for GraphQL, one repository for testing, one repository for microservices. We will use another repository. So let's start with the basic simple instruction setup instruction before we start. If you know all those things, you can skip this video. You can set up the NVM using this script. I will share it in the GitHub. You can just install this and then you can start doing NVM install LTS. So it will install all the latest long-term support Node.js version. And then like NVM install, if you want to install specific version, NVM use, you can verify the installation that you have a node and NPM. If you are using another other package manager like pnpm yarn, you can install them globally, npm install -z. Project setup is simple, cd nestjs. We just do pnpm install and all those things. What I'm going to think for this repository, which I'm going to share with you, is I'm going to have a monorepo. So I hope in 2026, monorepo is not a new word. We are going to cover a lot of different examples with different databases, different concepts of the NestJS, and in one repository we cannot do because I need to have a different set of examples so that you can also trace them back. So different folders inside a repository, and because I want to have multiple project in one repository, so let's create a monorepo. In coming videos, I will explain how I'm going to set up all those monorepos. Monorepo is nothing but a group of repositories showing the different examples of the NestJS. And at a root, we are going to have a PNPM workspace. So that I will cover. So this is the basic verification. You can use a VS Code or any editor. Node version 20.x greater than is should be required. You can set the default. You might also thinking how to set a 20 version as default. NVM alias default 20. So whenever you open a terminal, you will always see that particular version available. So let me show you how it is done, how to list down all the node versions and how to switch. All those things can be possible. You can also install some smart shell like ZSH if you want to have a better terminal. So let me pull in my editor. So here I can check node -v. So this is my version, npm version and nvm. So what is this nvm? Nvm is a node version manager, right? So we can actually do all the list. If you want to set alias, these are the different commands. NVM alias set default node, a particular version. If I want to use some other version, so first I will let me do NVM list. It will give me all the available package versions which are there. I can switch to this one also. NVM use. So it is now using this particular version. Now if I do NVM version, node version 20. You can sort that, you can set the default alias. So default, I want to set it to, when I'm using this version. So let's not distract it. So whenever I open the terminal, this will be my default version. Okay, this is like a very basic thing, how to set up the node version manager and how to keep track on different versions. So these are different NVM command, NVM use, NVM alias default version, right? And NVM use. No, so now in the next video, we can just start building our repository.